Hello, good evening. This is Frank from YourTradingPlan.com. It's Friday evening, shortly after 8 p.m. And yeah, we call it 7 p.m. review, but actually it mostly takes place at 8 p.m. So maybe I have to change the naming a little bit or get earlier. We will see. Nevertheless, YourTradingPlan.com stands for we are having a plan. We document our plan in a trading journal. We execute the plan as we write it down, and this means that we are professional on a professional way to do successful trading. Today we are talking a little bit about what happened in the week. So we had more than 20 ideas documented, and many of them were executed, some of them were skipped. We also had some missed opportunities, and all in all we had a positive balance sheet this week. This is very good. But more important even is we were following our plans, and this is what counts in trading. So we need to do always the same. We have to have a procedure, a process in place that leads us through the trading. And this is actually what your trading plan is about. It's about a trading process based on a strategy, based on a vision. And this combined gives us a trading process which is executed day in, day out. And to help us executing, we use our trading journal. And this is what we are now going into and looking how the week was. So the trading journal is based on WordPress. It's categorized in months, and then we have different stages, different categories, and at the end of the month we put it in our monthly history and start a new month. So this helps us in executing our plans, this helps us in analyzing, this helps us in reviewing, this helps us every day. It's a little bit of work, takes you approximately 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, but the rest of the day you are free, mainly, right? Sometimes you still have to check in your mobile application of, how your trades are standing, if your trades are executed, if you can move already stop losses to break even, if you can move stop losses into take profit, and so on. But the good thing is you have your trading journal always with you, and with the help of the categories you are very fast in the blend trades, for example. So we have still two trades open: Great Britain, Canadian dollar, and US dollar, Swiss franc. Both of them are not yet executed, both of them are still valid. So the Great Britain pound, Canadian dollar was today going into the resistance area, tested the resistance area, formed an indecision candle, means we can here go aggressively short in the next week when the setup stays like this for the rest of the day today, so that we have a range breakout from this indecision candle. The indecision candle gives us also the stop limit, and then we go short. And this is why we let this trade idea also in the journal for next week. So let's look at the US dollar Swiss franc. Here we had a range opportunity. So we are trading here, or I'm trading here in this community, actually two strategies. One is a trend following strategy, the other one is a range strategy. So more you cannot cover, and the strategies are pretty simple. There's more to come the upcoming week. So if you're interested, subscribe to the YouTube channel, register to our webpage, and you get all this information free of charge. So here we won't like to see a short or a long. We will see what happens if the range breaks out at all. Both of them will be good opportunities. Currently we are shooting more for the short side just because of the reason the overall picture looks for me still short, even though we see it now going into a range. Yeah, we didn't see any lower lows. We also didn't see any higher highs. So this means we are really ranging here right now with a little bit pressure to the upside. We see here, yeah, a little bit it goes higher, but nothing really clear yet. So this is what we are still having in our plan. Whereas actually I think here I have the categories wrong. When I see it now correctly, we are executed here. We are in the trade already on the short side. So this I have to change still. Sorry for that. This is not in there for next week. This is already executed, has to go into the executed category. But this gives me a good opportunity, and I can show you how I'm doing that, right? So very simple. I go to the edit post section, I go in my categories here, I take it out from the blend category and just push it further into the executed category. So make an update, and then it's already live, done, we go back to the view post, and you see we have only one planned trade left, which is our Great Britain pound Canadian dollar, and this leads me as well into the point that we go immediately into the executed category, and we already worked on the US dollar Swiss franc. It's executed, it's on the way into the profit. It's currently a little bit in the profit. We cannot do anything so far. It was not 1 hour in profit, so we cannot take break even yet, but maybe it comes still. So the next one which is executed is the Swiss franc Japanese yen. We had here a short open, it was executed, it's a little bit in the profit already, but also here now nothing to move to break even yet. Next and third trade which is currently open is the Euro US dollar long short option. You remember we had here two options, to the upside and to the downside, right? We go back into the steeper trend line, long trend line, or we go to the short side, and the market said to us we go long, so we went long after the range broke. So meanwhile we are trading above the trend line again, and here usually I'm saying I take 1 hour to go to go break even. Here we were 40 pips in plus. The stop loss was around, I think, 55, 60 pips. But here, because we're on a Friday evening, I decided to take this trade break even. I don't want to risk anything on this anymore. If I'm 40 pips in plus shortly before the market's closing on Friday, so I took this break even, and we'll see what happens next week. Good. So then let's go further. We had some trades which really worked out very well. So first of all, I come to the Euro Swiss franc. The trade got executed, it went quite into plus, but now the chart looks for me a little bit unhealthy. We get pressure from the upside, so I decided here to not wait anymore. I took the trade off the table with, I think, 23, 24 pips of profit, and I'm fine. It's Friday evening, chart looks unhealthy, not sure what happens here next week, so I decided to take it off the table. It's consciously going against our rules, and this is maybe very important as well. You have to have rules, but you have to stay flexible. And if you see that something might not make sense anymore, if you see really this pressure coming here, you have 2 long wicks to the upside here, and indecision forming while this, and the third 4-hour candle in a row didn't make a close above the previous closes anymore. This might be a signal that it doesn't work out anymore for me. So, and therefore, I don't know it, of course. It can work out, it cannot work out, but I'm in plus here. It's Friday evening, so why not to close this trade out? And if it comes back, we can anyway enter it again next week newly. So consciously taking decisions, taking your flexibility, but be always conscious about that you are going against the rules, and explain it as well why you do that. It has to make sense. This is maybe really an important topic. Good. So next profit trade we had today was Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Look at what kind does this for patient trade. It made a spike to the downside, and then it came totally back. Jackpot today. It was really in 8-12 hours it was taking our take profit here, and we are happy. This trade was solving itself very nicely today. Good. This was already older trades. We were discussing about them already. They were also still from Tuesday, and even from last Friday still. So nothing more to say on this ones here. But I have to say we also had a loss today. It was the USD Japanese yen. We were here long. It went into the long a little bit. We were a little bit in plus, but then boom, with the news this afternoon, market went down. US dollar lost and stopped out, and good. That's it. And let's see the euro out, as we already talked about yesterday. Okay, so then we had still break even trade. Our gold trade, we were short, we were running nicely into plus. We were so far running into plus that we finally could take the trade break even already. This was the nice thing on this trade. You could be very aggressive with your stop level. It went into the profit a little bit, but you could already see uncertainty how it went down. It didn't really move straight. This could have already give us an indication, but to be honest, I just moved the stop loss to break even today, and I didn't consider the gold anymore so much, so that it took me just out with the news this afternoon. Well, break even, nothing happened. Anyway, the profit was around 1 hour, not too much more, so everything fine here. Good. Okay, so all in all, we see the balance of this week was pretty okay, I would say. Was kind of okayish. We had so far 22 ideas. 9 of them, well, not 9 of them, it's around 15 of them we got into execution. We had some missed opportunities, but from the 9 completed trades so far, we have a profit of 5 and we have a loss of 2. So 2 times we got stopped out, and 2 times we could even go break even. And for the break even, they don't hurt so much. The losses also not so much, because we had always bigger winners than we planned the loss in. So everything fine. It was a good week. We kept our plans. We stayed flexible. We had many opportunities, and when I look into the markets, maybe we didn't always pick the right markets, the big movers, but nevertheless it was some good profits there, and this makes me optimistic for next week. And I hope you stay with me also for the next weeks and months, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Take care, take energy, and get back on Monday to the markets. We start at 7 a.m. with a 7 a.m. review at Monday morning, Central European time. And see you then. Bye bye.